everybody. Today I'm going to make a quick video about how I weaned off my son with hardly any pain. So don't mind his banging back there and his loud toys. Yeah, he's having a good time today, wrecking the entire house. So, what I did was, I was very nervous about weaning off my son because the one time my friend was in labor for 12 hours. Well, I was gone for probably about 13. But, yeah, and I didn't nurse my son that entire time. So when I was driving back home, I was so full that I was leaking, and every bump I hit, I was like in excruciating pain, and I wanted to cry. Like, it was really, really bad. Like, I was so engorged and in pain, and it was terrible. So when I was thinking to myself, I was like, is this what it's gonna be like for like a week or whatever until my milk dries up when I decide to wean off my son? Like, I'm like, there must be another way. Like, I can't just like that's terrible. So I was very nervous about it. And so I decided what to do. Was to slowly make it a slow process. So instead of just stopping cold turkey and having to go through like 2 weeks or whatever of really bad pain, my throat's a bit sore today. So instead of doing that and having to like take hot showers and be in pain, not like move for a week pretty much because you'd be so much pain. I decided what I was gonna do is when my son turned 1, you can start giving them milk, like cow's milk. So I decided that during the day and when he wanted to nurse, I was gonna give him a bottle of cow milk or apple juice, watered down apple juice. So instead of nursing, he'd have a sippy cup and then he would go off and play, and then my boobs wouldn't nurse that time, you know, so they would slowly start to adjust. So that's what I did at first. Whenever I wanted to nurse during the day, I would just give him a sippy cup. And that was good. Then he started to sleep through the night by himself in his own room, which was like shocking. But he started to do that. And I was like, alright, well then now he's not nursing at night now because he's in his own bed. So that also made it a lot easier because now my boobs aren't nursing at night. And then hardly at all through the day because he was having sippy cups. So now you're probably thinking, well, you must have been in pain. So what I did was if I started to like get, you know, my boobs started to get full, it started to get sore, I'd nurse him and let him drain it all out, and then I would go until I started to feel like that again. And eventually it got longer and longer and longer and longer and longer, and then it only took about 2 weeks, and then I wasn't nursing anymore. So yeah, you can do it in your own way, of course, in your own routine. But for what I did was I would nurse him as soon as I woke up in the morning. I nursed him as soon as I woke up in the morning so that I started the day with empty boobs. Then once they were empty, I would just go until they started to hurt again. And if he wanted to nurse in between then I would give him a sippy cup of milk or apple juice. So what I usually did for about the first week, I nursed him once in the morning, once in the evening, and once before bed. Or like in the afternoon. So like once in the morning, afternoon, and then before bed. So then my boobs started to kind of like, you know, adjust. That's what they do. They slowly adjust. So then I did that for about a week, and then I started to cut out the morning nurse. What I did was I nursed at night, and then once in the afternoon. And then eventually they started to get used to it, and I only have to nurse him before I went to bed. And then I did that for a few days, and then I nursed him one night, didn't nurse him at all like the next day, and then I nursed him the next night. And it took about 2.5 weeks or so, and I was done. No more milk, with no pain. I wasn't like crying or anything like that. It was just a very slow process. But it was so much easier for me. And I think it was also nice too because I knew that the end was coming, you know, like I knew every time that it was getting longer and longer in between nursing sessions, you know, I kind of cherished those last, like, I don't know, 10 nurses, because I knew that they were my last one with my son. And it was very hard. I remember the last time I nursed him, you know, and it's such a strong connection you have with your kid when you bond, when you breastfeed, I mean, and you bond with them. So I also liked it for that reason, because I knew in my mind that the end was coming, and I just cherished every moment of it. Took a picture, and then that was it. So, you know, and it was a slow process. I wasn't in a lot of pain. I mean, I hope it works for everybody else, because it certainly worked for me. It worked very, very well, and I was expecting like the worst outcome ever for weaning off my son, but it really worked for me, and I hope that it works for you too. If you have any questions, you can always email me, or you can look it up on Google. I'm sure there's lots of suggestions on slowly weaning yourself off of nursing. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Pretty much what I did, I just kind of nursed as soon as my boob started to get sore, and then I wouldn't nurse until I started to get sore again, and my boob just kind of adjusted. So I hope that works for you like it worked for me. Yeah, I think that's it for today. I have a couple other videos you should probably check out. I have a breastfeeding in public video, I have a curvy versus skinny video, and I have a very bad brand of pregnancy test with false positives and stuff like that, and I'm sure you'll want to hear that story so you don't buy that test. Yeah, so I hope that you guys check out my other videos and like and subscribe for my future videos, and I hope you all have a great day. Thanks for watching.